you have anything you would like to say about this Tracee Ellis Ross story? Because if you do not, we do not.
You said that in
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. Relationships have always been a cornerstone of human experience, but the way we form them, maintain, and even end them has evolved dramatically in the modern era. Technology, shifting societal norms, and changing expectations have redefined what it means to be in a relationship. Technology has revolutionized how we meet and interact with potential partners. Though it's made it easier to meet with potential partners, it also poses new challenges. Traditional gender roles have been redefined in modern relationships. Women are increasingly independent, and men are more open to expressing vulnerability. This shift has led to more egalitarian partnerships where responsibilities like childcare, housework, and financial contribution are shared. Modern relationships often emphasize individuality and personal growth. While this is healthy, it can sometimes create tension when partners struggle to balance their personal goals with the needs of the relationship.
And I really wish Mark wasn't there, right?
He was not.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah,
was not.
that's one of those conversations I would have missed him for. But other than that, like it was a tiring conversation to me.
Well, why does Joe have his hand up?
because he about to start some bullshit.
Go ahead.
If y'all offer me Wendy's right now, I'll rap.
Hey, I get you the 5 for 5, the 6 for 6. What you want?
I got a 4 for 4.
I was waiting on this topic just to rap. Because whatever I think y'all about to say, I may agree with. Nigga said specifically to Melissa Savannah, Mel, do you have anything you would like to say about this Tracee Ellis Ross story? Because if you do not, we do not.
You said that in the BTS.
We would rather skip this.
Yeah, you said that in the BTS today. I remember that. During the pre-production, y'all was working on the board.
Wherever, I don't know what's being the BTS. She said, cool. And the very first thing out her mouth was, how do y'all feel about this? Which naturally led to whatever the fuck you heard.
That's why you guys reacted like that. Okay.
So I'm not wearing this one. I'm not wearing this one.
But do you understand why she asked?
Because I'm totally cool with never, ever discuss. We don't care about it. And then we got to sound like we care about it when we don't care. I don't think it's right.
Okay, so you would have rather her just say, no, let's not talk about it. Because you wanted to more so speak to whatever she had to say and then move on.
Yes, take the lead. Let us respond to you and let's get out of here. But let this be your time to do whatever you want to do with this. But if that's not what it's going to be, then this is not the podcast that's going to find the woman quote every week to harp on and unpack and make something out of. Like that's not what we're here for. Yes, baby.
Yeah, because that's definitely going to put a target on y'all back. Well, make the target on your back even bigger because, of course, y'all get criticism pretty much week in and week out about various different topics.
We not mature enough for this, man. We not. Like, Jesus. Just do it so we could go.
But that's why I felt like I would have rather Mark be there because sometimes I want to hear the conversation.
Well, Mark wasn't there, man.
Damn, sounds like you need to. No more.
See, look.
Mark, you need to clear up your schedule.
Go ahead, Stag, okay? Do it.
Clear up the schedule because Joe says the reason why you ain't on is because of your scheduling.
Yeah, I know he got to feed the homeless kids 9 times a week. I know he got night school twice a night. I know what I said. Yeah, I know you got to go over to the church and give motivational speeches. But hey, man, a lot of fans would love to have you on the pod full time.
We'll figure it out. I ain't going nowhere no time soon.
That's a big nope.
No, it's not. That's not what that meant.
That meant we'll figure it out as in contracts. We need to
big bucks.
Amendments.
Big bucks.
Such a funny topic for the audience to discuss. Ha ha ha.
Then he's like, yeah, y'all chill. I'm trying to buy another Ferrari.
Anybody else have anything on this topic? Oh, Melissa, hey. Hey, Mel.
Oh, Big Mel. Okay.
Mel, you've come. I was scared that you would never come back to us again.
Why would you be afraid about that?
All
Because
my
interview- the
favorites
interview was
came on
great.
stage today. Oh my God.
like seriously, like I know she's had a rough time with some of the assholes in this community. So that's why, and I respect people, doing what they have to take care of their mental health. But welcome up here, Mel. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're great. I'm
We're
shooting
great.
at
Hi, Mel. Welcome up.
Thank you.
I've been shooting at all the guys today, so I'm pretty good.
Mm.
From the start, honestly, from the musical intro, if I'm really being honest.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Mel,
Yep.
I'm sure you were listening. How are you feeling? What's going on? What's your thoughts?
Joe's right in the beginning part. He did ask, "Do you have any thoughts on this Tracee Ellis Ross situation?" And at the moment, I didn't because I hadn't seen the interview. So I sat down and tried to catch up. And every time Tracee Ellis Ross says something as it relates to her age, it's a conversation that happens to go viral. You really on Twitter right now, it's Tracee Ellis Ross, it's Sinners, and it's Kendrick's concert. That's what everyone's fucking talking about. And the men have a lot to say about it. So the attitude or the dismissive attitude about that particular conversation is really kind of like pissing me off a little bit. And furthermore, whenever conversations come up like that, gender war-y kind of shit, they always say, "Mel, what do you think?" On this particular time, I have learned I'm not going to be the first one to speak. What I want to hear is, what do you guys think about this particular subject? And then I'm going to give my opinion. And then we will build off that conversation. But if there's no actual interest in hearing what I have to say about a woman-centric issue, then fine. We won't talk about it. I just feel like I couldn't win for losing in that particular situation. And also, I felt like the other guys in the conversation, the other guys on the pod, they were actually enjoying the conversation and having the conversation. Flip was very inquisitive about it, but he kept looking over and he kept getting signaled that this is not a point of interest and wrap it up. So it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things where you don't really know how to, I don't know, you just kind of have to let the ebb and flow just go how it's going to go.
I definitely see what you're saying about in the past, trying to learn from the past. Like, I thought the whole reason why you asked them to say their points of view was so that you could get a better understanding and communicate better to them instead of just coming from it from your perspective, like, we've like spoken about before.
Yes, no, that is an excellent point. I did want to hear what their opinions were on it. I wasn't setting them up. I genuinely wanted to hear what they had to say, and I didn't want anything I had to say being of any sort of influence, bad, good, or indifferent. So I wanted to hear how they heard her. I wanted to hear, did you hear the words coming out of her mouth? And how did you process that? Because we can listen to somebody talk, and we're all going to have different takeaways. We're all going to hear different inflections. We're all going to hear emphasis on different angles or whatever the case is. We're going to hear different shit. And that's how discourse happens. That's how conversations happen, because you heard it one way and I heard it another. And I found it I was interested to find out how they heard a 52-year-old woman who is talking about a myriad of subjects related to her life. The grieving process of, life taking a different direction rather than husband and kids. Dating younger men, because men in her age category seemed to be a little bit more, it seemed to exhibit more toxic masculinity. She said a lot. So I wanted to hear what were the things that they heard that they took notice of. That was why I asked them to speak first. And also, I'm very used to being dogpiled on. Very, very used to it. So now I'm applying things that I've learned in the past to the way that I want to pod moving forward.
Hey, I can't hate on that. I like that. It sounds like you're trying to figure your way through the pod, and that's something that anybody should do, whether they're being successful at it or, maybe having a hard time. So
I mean, isn't that the point? Like, yeah. I feel like the point of even moving through life is to evolve. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to evolve in my abilities. I'm not dumb. I'm not blind. I'm not deaf. I see the onslaught and the avalanche of criticism I fucking receive. And I'm not trying to bend to what anybody else's expectations are of me. I'm trying to work around my expectations of myself. I'm trying to evolve as a person. I'm trying to be a better communicator, and I'm trying to be a better listener as well. And I'm trying not to be instantly triggered by shit as well.
So you felt
So
okay.
that's no, go ahead.
So you felt that regardless of what was discussed in pre-production, regardless of what the guys were going to say, you felt that you were basically ready for discourse in case they had, opposing opinions to the topic, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I anticipated it. I anticipated it because, I mean, the vast majority, like 99% of the commentary that I'm witnessing happening around this subject by way of men's commentary is, old, washed up, now you're full of regret, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's amazing that is what you hear and how you process it. I don't look at it that way. But then again, people will say, well, you're exactly like her, so why wouldn't you think of things that way? So instantly, like, anything I have to say is instantly dismissed as far as I'm concerned.
Miss Pixie, you have a question for Miss Mel?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, first, I understand where Mel is coming from with, like, not wanting to present it. I'm just going to be straight up and say, in just the atmosphere, just specifically because it is gender role, gender war kind of topic, and you're the only woman in the room, and then presenting that kind of topic there, and it's like, it's basically a lot of weight on you. And sometimes you just don't want it on you. Like, honestly, you just like, yo, I don't really want to talk about this. It's not something of my interest just because I am that one person, that representatives. Maybe I just don't care. And that's not something I want to do. So I totally get where she's coming from with that. My question is like, just in general, like, because do you really feel any way about it? Do you feel like any kind of point besides, like, not wanting to bring it up on the pod? Did you have any kind of points that you wanted to ask? I mean, expound on. Sorry.
Well, I feel like the conversation went, I think it went on for about 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. I'm not really sure. But there was a reason I intentionally used the words lived experience, because you can't refute that. You cannot refute somebody's lived experience. It's a distant cousin of opinion, but it is your lived experience. So nobody can tell you that you are wrong based on the experiences that you have lived. And this is a 52-year-old woman who has lived a very large life. I think that, I just didn't hear anything wrong with what she said. I think that she was talking very candidly about her personal life. And I think that there's a lot of people, not necessarily just women, that can see themselves in the examples that she laid out. So, I knew that coming up as a conversation piece was going to be an opportunity to kind of like poke fun, make jokes, tear her down. And do I really want to, like, participate in that? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because, a lot of it's I guess I just don't see the humor in that. I could see the humor in a lot of things, but somebody might say, you're too close to the situation, Mel. You would be triggered. You would be upset by it. Okay, fine, whatever. But that doesn't mean that I can't talk about it.
I get that.
When Mel said lived experience, sometimes people could experience things even once and learn from it and never do it again. So I understood that right when she said it.
I wanted to go ahead and follow up because I just have one more thing. Because me personally, and anybody that knows me or around spaces, kind of understands where I would stand on this kind of situation. But me personally, I don't know. I don't like it. I personally feel I don't like age gaps in general, and whether either gender. I don't like it. I find it sometimes predatory. I find it weird. But that's my feelings. But that being said, I'm not going to go ahead and discount, Tracy's like lived experience. And I'm not going to sit somewhere and say, well, her lived experience is not her lived experience, because it's plenty of women that feel that kind of way. And that's how it is. Same thing as, like, somebody, presents it like to another male counterpart, Leo DiCaprio, whoever, etc. I find it also as well, like, I don't like it when they do it either. My thing is, at the same time, it's just the fact, as long as they're consenting adults, who the fuck cares? Like, you know, date who you want to date, live your life how you want to live your life.
I mean, unless I missed something, she didn't go into detail about how, you know, how young the younger men are. So, I mean, she's 52. She could be talking about somebody who's 42 years old. She could be talking about somebody who's like 39 years old. Like, I don't know. And that is just the example that she gave. But she wasn't what I saw, that what it seemed like the guys heard when she talked about men in her age group exhibiting a lot of toxic masculinity. What she said was she has experienced it and she decided, no, thank you. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, you know, got sweat stains in the armpits, gave to fucking Goodwill. I don't want it no more. She expressed specifically that she experienced controlling and possessiveness from the men in her age group. And she finds the younger guys, which she did not, I don't know, but I don't think she stated the ages, to be a little bit more fluid and less likely to try to control her or possess her or whatever the case is. Because, I mean, she'd be a pretty difficult woman to try to control and possess. You know what I mean? And I think that was the point that she was trying to make. I totally understand, you know, Pixie, you saying something, you having an aversion to age gaps, no matter which gender. Totally get it. But I just I don't know, like, she just didn't specify the age. So I think that everybody's like, oh, she's talking about 25-year-olds. I was like, she didn't say that though.
I like
So
that you
anyways.
mentioned that, because that was a big point when I had to